Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Galactic Astrology podcast. My name is Ursula with the Ascension Playground, and I'm joined by the podcast co-host, Julia Balaz. Hi, Julia. Julia is the founder, creator, and extraordinary visionary for what we're calling the Quantum Soul Guidance Practitioner's course. It's an online course, and today we are celebrating Jennifer's graduation as a certified Galactic Astrology Soul Practitioner. Welcome, ladies, and congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me here.
Well, I am calling in from California. Julia is in Ireland, and Jennifer is calling in from Minnesota. So it's kind of fun to have this triangulation of support. And before we began this beautiful podcast, we aligned our hearts, called in our higher selves. And our goal today is basically to inspire and share a message for you, dear listeners, to help you awaken and expand. So without further ado, let's find out about Jennifer and her beautiful site. Her tag is spiritquests.com. And wait till you hear of all the various modalities that Jennifer brings into what she calls a treasure box. We're talking about healing energy, tarot, quantum soul guidance, online mentoring, and something that I don't know about, and that's mineral analysis. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much.
When we first started, I asked, what is that lovely crystal that you're wearing on your throat chakra? You said it was
an Andara.
For those who have no idea what Andara crystal is, would you mind just sharing a little bit about it?
I guess, where would I even begin? Very, very strong activating crystals. The different colors have many different attributes that can help you on your spiritual journey. I highly recommend looking into it and listening to your intuition and your heart as to how it will work best for you.
Just love the name Andara. I know they have a monoatomic crystalline structure, which gives such a high vibe. And for me, they bring joy and like a childlike wonder. I just like playing with them.
Yeah, they can be very chatty when you start working with them, can't they?
Yeah.
Lots of friends to add to the space that you're working in.
And so, Jennifer, we would love to learn of your story, of the path that you've been on, the spiritual path, with so many, again, items in your treasure box. Can you share with us a little bit about how you came to meet Julia and the path that led you here?
How far back do you want to go?
When I was a little kid.
I can just see there are so many different turning points in my life that have led me to this moment. But, I think it was in the late 90s, I got my first tarot deck, my first branch away from being raised Catholic, and dove in the libraries into all things metaphysical, magical, astrological. And then I think it was in 2002, I met with an intuitive for the first time. And she was the one who started telling me that I come from the stars and there's this big ascension happening. And back then it was, getting ready for 2012 and all of that. But so it's been a long journey of getting little hints along the way from other intuitives. And then I started studying Tai Chi and Qigong, energy medicine, that led me to study Chinese medicine and acupuncture. And then I kind of pivoted out of that a little bit and wanted to add more energy work because that was a little bit more where my focus was at the time. And then there I was watching Heather Ensworth on YouTube, and I saw your video, and so that's the direct link. So.
I love how that one conversation with Heather Ensworth and Julia Balaz, it's like it sent up like a light beam, and it magnetized those who would hear this message and feel almost like they were becoming activated. So Jennifer, did you step into galactic astrology with a little bit of understanding of astrology, or was the whole light language new to you?
I had been self-teaching astrology for a very long time, but the galactic component made me want to dive in deeper. I mean, I knew that there's so much to astrology alone, and it was one of those areas where it's like, I know more than some, but I know that there's a lot more to learn along the way and to experience. I think that experiencing different transits helps you really start to understand astrology more too. And I know I'll continue to learn more about it, but there was a background. And then I don't even think I finished the video of Heather's before I signed up for the course. I was like, I'll pause this and come back, but I need to register now. And it's, for whatever reason, it really made any parts of astrology that were a little fuzzy to me make a lot more sense. So this added layer just really kind of illuminated what I already knew and then added to it as well.
That's so great to hear. And I can see how your energy frequency is nice and compatible with Heather's frequency. She has this beautiful, humble, grounded wisdom vibe around her. And I am totally getting that from you as well. So I'm not surprised that you enjoy watching Heather.
That's so sweet. I love her deliveries too. It's a great channel to tune into.
Oh, absolutely. I'm curious, when you first time looked at your galactic astrology chart on our website, you have quite many alignments. I would certainly see you as a multi-galactic star seed, or certainly as someone who has very complex connections to so many different star systems. Was there anything that stood out for you, or any validations, to something that you felt inside? What was that like for you? Can you share?
Yes, well, at first, I think it was just a lot to take in because my chart was the first chart of any that I had seen. What I noticed, and I think was validating for me, was seeing the royal stars in my charts. And I think it helped validate that that there's a reason why there were so many challenges in the beginning of my life in regards to spirituality, or what I grew up in was religion, right? And so from the reading I've been doing about those fixed stars, or the royal stars, excuse me, there was just it kind of touched me and was like, well, it's all going to be worth it, because I gained so much from things that at the time it felt like I was losing something, right? And so I think that it kind of felt like the stars saying, like, it was initiation, it was or something as a child to get me to where I am today.
I see what you mean. And just for the listeners who don't know what royal stars are, there are 4 royal stars. Their names are Antares, Aldebaran, Regulus, and Fomalhaut. And since the ancient times back in Persia, they were considered to be the watchers of the 4 cardinal directions. And what we've uncovered as we are studying people's charts, people who have these royal stars alignments, they can have quite challenging upbringing, but as you said, it feels actually as initiation, and there is a strong inner knowing that everything that is happening, no matter how challenging, it's to learn, to grow from, to evolve from. So it is accepted with this great humility and responsibility, and then eventually you discover your own strength and wisdom, and choose a path where you help others go through challenges and help them help themselves, which is a wonderful sentence that you have highlighted on your website, which is so fitting to how you work with others. So would you like to tell a little bit about what is your intention, or how do you like to meet another in your work experience as a guide?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great question. Well, I like to meet them where they're at, anywhere on their spiritual journey. When I'm working one-on-one with someone, even if they're at a very basic level, I remember so much what it was like to be there. And so I can meet them there. And if we want to go super galactic and really esoteric, hang out in the ethers, great. I like to do that too. But my approach is very integrative, holistic. Within the mentorship, you kind of, like you say, get the whole buffet. And so I like to work with individuals who want to balance their physical bodies, their energetic bodies, their spiritual bodies, and see how those can all integrate in a harmonious way so that they can live on their purpose and bring forward their gifts and fulfill their missions this lifetime. And I really, over the years in working with people, I used to do mostly body work. And then I kind of switched to doing mostly energy work and then just psychic work. And over the last 20 years, have found a way to really bring it all together. And I find that that's the most successful approach with the people that I work with, because we're, balancing the body through mineral analysis, which we can talk about too. It's, finding out what vitamins and minerals are most beneficial to balance your biochemistry. And then working on the energy field and teaching tools that you can use any day at any time to get really strong in your own energy and bring more awareness to energetic boundaries. Because we can talk about boundaries a lot in the spiritual community, but let's bring it into our actual energy field, right? So lots of tools, that you can take with you every day and keep coming back to peace in all of the situations that you're in, even the challenging situations. We hold so many different frequencies sometimes. And, a big thing that I notice is that people like to pick one emotion or one feeling when you ask them how they're doing, right? But it's okay to have many feelings. Like, you can feel sad, but you can also find the peace within your reality too. So it's just kind of expanding your awareness of your own energetic field and how that interacts with your environment and your relationships with others and with yourself. So I like the mentorships because it's a lot of accountability, meeting every week. And when you're starting to turn the lights on and activate all of your gifts, it's really nice to have someone along on the ride, because once you wake up, you can't really go back. You can't unsee things. And it's nice to have someone who can hear your experiences in a non-judgmental way and help you navigate those and just, live a joyous life. Enjoy what you're doing and feel good while you're doing it, right?
Jennifer, just hearing your share just now, I have to tell you, I'm holding two different emotions. One, I'm almost to tears. I feel a sense of hope, hope for the future, because the joy that I feel also is like we have young lights like you who will move us into the next few decades, and so when you say spirit quests, yes, helping you help yourself, See, I'm a little older. So when I look back and I see you coming up the path, it's like, yes, yes, we need this light. We need it now. And so I know when we move into quantum, we go off the timeline. However, just knowing that your presence is here now, holding and anchoring in this light. In fact, I just want to say for the record, seeing you and your beauty, I just can't help but feeling Lemuria, going back to the beginning of our ancient times. And so when this woman said to you, or this message came out that you're from the stars, and then you could read a Galactic Astrology natal report from Julia's calculator and validate these 4 royal stars holding the energy that, yes, we're holding up the heavens. However, that trauma drama of the early childhood and adolescence, there was a meaning to it. And having been raised Catholic myself, it's the wall, the walls that kind of keep you in a box, right? So you can either decide as a soul to splat against the wall, or like you've chosen to bounce off and use that wall. And then maybe we'll call in others who've lived in other boxes in their early wounding that now want to get some guidance and mentorships from a light like yourself. Again, spiritquest.com. And Julie, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and share her beautiful website. Look at this, everybody. spiritquests.com. And here's what Jennifer has created. Online mentoring, helping you help yourself. And if you look at all this beautiful material that you offer, it is this list. We could just pause here. Anything you want to share while we're here, Jennifer, about this amazing website?
Oh gosh, if you feel called to work with me on any, if I know the mentorship is kind of a big commitment, but I also have, the single sessions as well. But feel free to reach out and, we can chat a little bit and make sure that we are a good match for one another too, and make sure that it's something that, we both feel really good about too, because I know it's a big investment.
I just think it's very transparent and very clear from your website. Even though you offer so much, it is really easy to navigate. And I love how you took time to prepare the questionnaire, where the person needs to take time to really reflect on what is their intention, and when they connect with you, when they look for help. Because so many times people contact light workers, healing practitioners, they put all their energy and hopes onto the practitioner, and very little emphasis is put on people taking responsibility for their own growth and healing and transformation. And I really like the idea that we need to stop doing that and start, having that equal balance between accountability for the personal transformation and growth being put also on the person that seeks the service. So, when people come to your website, when they have to take time to really get clear on their intention, even in that process alone, they are already starting to heal and transform, because, once we get clear on our intention, suddenly things are starting to shift, open up. So the process kind of starts as they contact you, right? Have you found that from some of the feedback?
Yes, it usually starts with a calling. A lot of people who reach out to me, they start with saying, I don't know why, I just felt like I was supposed to reach out to you. This feels right. So we usually find out the why with a little bit of a conversation. But it really truly does come back to, what do they want to, what are their goals? What do they want to achieve? What do they need to heal? What are their blind spots? I think too, maybe with those royal stars and going through all of that as a child, it really puts you into this growth mindset and solution mindset, and healing mindset. And so those are the key ingredients that are infused into these mentorships, or even the galactic readings too, because I mean, it's fun to look at the chart and see where you're from, and that is wonderful and validating. I just like to go a little bit deeper and find the why. Why were we there? What did we learn? What's challenging us because of that? What's supporting us because of that? And even just bringing awareness to that, it makes it that much easier to bring it out into your reality and into your experiences, into your artwork, into anything that you're doing. But it is everything I do, it's very much to find some solutions or direction on the healing path. And, I think people find the idea of going on a healing journey to be so mystical sometimes, and it can be. And what I've noticed is that if you can be the leader in your healing journey, it's going to feel a lot different than being led by it. And so that's kind of the space that I like to help people get into and realize that there is a lot that they can do on their own and for themselves in their healing journey. It doesn't have to always be these tough lessons. I call them blessings. They're blessings and lessons all in one. But once you kind of step into your flow and find gentle healing for yourself, I think those massive events start to kind of be less frequent, at least.
Beautiful. I just want to echo some words that you wrote about your integrative approach of body, mind, spirit, and stars, let's say. Your calling out was, would you like to create your best life? Your best life with grace, joy, and happiness. And from what you just shared, Jennifer, I would only add the who. When you find out who can help me, seriously, if you've got those 4 royal stars, you know that those 4 archangels, Gabriel, Raphael, Michael, and Uriel, can all come in and help when invited. So how to create your best life going forward in your mentorship program. The last thing I'd like to add would be, for anyone listening, if it comes to budget, this would make a great holiday gift. As a parent or a grandparent, sometimes it's nice to, who will help me with my teenager? So finding a mentorship program like yours that's integrative, and you can speak on so many different energy levels. And so adding in Julia's beautiful focus on the stars and these divine beings to help support our cosmic journey, where we've come from, where we are, but how do we move forward? And speaking about moving forward into the future, Jennifer, would you like to add anything about how you see your future as a certified practitioner faring in the future?
Yes, well, I'm really excited. I've learned that there's only so much you can kind of decide about your future. So I'm really excited to see how it all expands. And with the Galactic Astrology, seeing this new wave of people that might come to me and what specifics that they have to work. Because I've noticed that as I've pivoted my business in these different arenas, I tend to get this wave of themes within the people who are called to me at those given times, which could be astrological too. And so I just hope to connect with people who really want to bring forth their gifts too, because we need you all. We need you in this time. We're living in such a, there isn't even a word for the times we're living in right now. But I do know that the more people that can feel supported and confident in their gifts and bring them forward, the better off we're all going to be. So I just hope whoever is ready is willing to step forward, and I'm very open to having my business, my calling, my career continue to evolve over time, because it already has so much since I've started this journey.
Beautiful. You reminded me there is one other business that you're going to be dovetailing, I hope soon, and that is your Etsy site.
Yes.
So, wearable jewelry that engages crystals. And tell us a little bit more about the jewelry making because the holidays are around the corner.
Right. So I make these Andara pendants, and I just, for years I would carry crystals in my pockets and wasn't big into jewelry. But then when I found these crystals, it felt so powerful to be able to wear them. And, they really feel like allies of their own. Do you have one too?
That's my Andara.
Oh, wow.
Just happen to have it on.
And beautiful. Show up matching. I love it. And it's just, I think any quest, any journey, anything, it's nice to have some additional support and tools. And I've always loved crystals, but Andaras are just something else.
I know. Now tell us the name of your Etsy shop, just so in case it's not integrated yet into your website. Your website is spiritquests.com. How do we find
Yes,
your
and
Etsy
so
site?
the Etsy shop is also called Spirit Quests.
Okay, well, go
Yeah.
shopping.
Kind of shop.
They really do add joy, and where you place them, whether they're here, or low, they'll tell you where they want to engage and activate that chakra. So
Right. And I really do love making custom pieces too. So if someone has a particular color in mind or a particular veil that they want attached, I'm happy to work with them as well and find the perfect piece for them.
wow, I love that. Galactic Astrology soul readings with your, customized jewelry.
Yeah. It's just been amazing, really, this whole journey of learning and studying and practicing, that now it's finally this point where all of these components really have come together in my practice. And to anyone out there too that's gifted in multiple ways, like I love how you incorporate your artwork too, Ursula, along with everything else, and everyone just sharing everything that they have to offer. There is a way to blend it all together. I spent too much time when I was doing more medicine, and I thought, well, people are coming to me for medicine. They don't want to hear about this other stuff. They might actually discredit me for this other stuff. Or if I was working in the spiritual world and they find out that I study science and medicine as well, that can be kind of polarizing too. But now is the time to integrate and to bring all that we do together.
I know that Julia would love us to talk about that mineral analysis part. So when I saw that, I thought it meant, looking and seeing which crystal would be great for you. But you're talking about something else, the minerals within our like cell salts and body chemistry. Can you mention a little bit more so people visiting your site can know what that is?
Right. So kind of like other tests that you can do at the clinic, like a blood test or something like that, they're going to be looking for different levels of different vitamins and things like that. But there's another way that you can test for those important markers, which is through your hair.
What?
And so, right, because our hair is a reflection of the minerals and sometimes heavy metals and things like that that we are moving through our body. So you take a little sample of your hair, you cut it close to the scalp, about 1.5 inches, because that newest growth is going to be kind of like a snapshot of the last like 3 months of your overall health. And so, whereas like a blood test, that's kind of looking at that day in that moment. So I work with a lab. I just send you a little test kit and you trim your hair and send it off to the lab. And then I get the results and I look through and see what is potentially out of balance, where there are different vitamins or minerals that could be supportive. And if you're not into taking supplements, then we'll just focus on foods that have those minerals and vitamins in them and shift the nourishment for a little while to see if that can help balance things. It's a great indicator too, because we're all exposed to toxins, unfortunately, but it can kind of show us if our bodies are holding on to heavy metals. And so then we can build up the strength of the body to help move those heavy metals out and look at detox if necessary too. So it's a great tool for anyone who, a lot of people I work with either have reasons they don't want to go to a physician or into a clinic, or a lot of them are kind of at the end of the road. They've kind of exhausted a lot of other options and aren't getting results that they need. So this is just another view kind of at your overall health. And it's actually quite fascinating. The more I study them and get to know my clients more, kind of like reading the charts in astrology, you can pick up on different markers where I could look at someone's chart and, I mean, I never assume, but I'm seeing correlations of, oh, this imbalance roots back to, trouble with a mother figure, things like this. Or I can kind of, if I just read their chart, I can pretty much pick up on what their personality is going to be like because of their imbalances. So it's kind of interesting that I'm just reading charts all day and looking at people's like strengths and where they're struggling and how we can bring everything into balance.
Wow. Hopefully you have a lot of Virgo in your chart.
Virgo moon. Yeah.
We love to analyze.
Yeah, digging deep. This is just whole other level of quantum, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You really do integrate all of it. Like it is a treasure box.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like go to Jennifer's spiritquest.com and there's so many different ways to engage. The Galactic is awesome. It truly is. And when we learn that we really are truly star stuff, there's just different levels to engage with you, either the body, the mind, the spirit, or even a cosmic journey.
I don't know if I had a message to the students too, just to enjoy the ride, because it stirs up so much, it's so much cognitive work, but then it also stokes the fire, right? And it opens the heart, and it can feel, it's so much energy. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming, but just to like ground and trust the process, because I'm just so excited to see who else comes through the program too and what they have to offer in their own unique way. And even so, because sometimes I do get messages from people and they're lovely, but sometimes I feel like something's not completely in alignment. And so to have this beautiful pool of people to refer, so everyone feels supported in the best way. It's nice to have a bank of referrals too.
So beautifully said. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So Julia, let's congratulate her one more time. So happy. It brings me hope for the future and the present. So congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be in this beautiful, beautiful group of people. I'm just so blessed.
Oh, my heart is full, overflowing with gratitude, and just we couldn't be more proud of, ushering you on your journey to
Thank you.
more amazing client connections, soul level connections. Feels so good knowing that you're here. Super well done.
Oh, I'm so excited and looking forward to meeting anyone who wants to work with me and see what we can do together. I think it'll be great.
Okay, well, till next time, see you all soon. Bye for now.
Much love. Cheerio.